Have you ever wondered which vitamin is the most crucial to your general health? What if I told you that frailty and chronic illness could be biomarked by a single basic vitamin? Yes, we are discussing vitamin D, a substance that is lacking in most parts of the world. We'll explore the amazing science of vitamin D in this video, along with the biggest risk you need to know about. We'll go over the traditional and unconventional functions of vitamin D, the starting global insufficiency numbers, and the essential actions your body must take in order to correctly absorb this essential nutrient. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready to have the profound significance of vitamin D shock your head. It is true that the majority of people associate vitamin D with healthy bones. Vitamin D is necessary for bone mineralization and calcium absorption, even though it performs many other functions in the body. In the last 10 years, many unorthodox uses for vitamin D have been discovered. These uses are all essential to reaching optimal health. Vitamin D is essential for a healthy immune system because it stimulates and regulates immune cells, preventing infections and disease. It also controls how inflammatory the body reacts. Low concentrations may lead to very severe inflammation. In actuality, identity development is a process in which vitamin D is involved. It influences the process of cell differentiation, which determines whether a cell develops into a bone, brain, liver, or any other kind of cell. Vitamin D also affects our genes, promoting healthy cell division and DNA stability. A lack of vitamin D paves the way for a number of really worrying health problems. Low vitamin D levels are intimately linked to cancer, autoimmune illnesses, neurological disorders like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and mental health issues including depression and schizophrenia. Considering how crucial vitamin D is now that we know how important it is, one would think that everyone would be making sure to get enough of it. False. The vitamin D insufficiency figures are alarming and somewhat startling. Get ready for this one. Vitamin D deficiency is defined as serum levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter, which affects 40 to 97% of people worldwide. Up to 40% of people may not be getting enough vitamin D, even in developed nations where food is fortified with the vitamin. In some parts of the world, like as the Middle East, nearly everyone is lacking. Alright, so we are aware that we must increase our vitamin D levels. But how should it be done best? Let's examine the essential actions your body must take in order to make use of this vital nutrient. In the past, sun exposure provided the majority of vitamin D for people. UV rays cause your skin to start synthesizing vitamin D. However, relying solely on the sun these days comes with some serious drawbacks such as diminishing synthesis with age, air pollution, clothes, melanin, and darker skin tones. The harsh reality is that most people in today's world simply cannot receive enough vitamin D from the sun alone. Diet and supplements are our only remaining options. Sadly, not many foods have substantial levels of vitamin D. Some can be found in fatty fish, egg yolks, and irradiated mushrooms, but you would need to consume a lot to get what you need each day. Cod liver oil is the only genuinely rich dietary source, yet most individuals don't find it particularly appetizing. The majority of people can only realistically maintain optimal vitamin D levels through supplementation. However, taking a tablet and calling it a day is not enough. Due to its fat solubility, vitamin D must be taken with a meal that contains fat in order for it to be adequately absorbed. According to studies, consuming your supplement with your biggest meal of the day might increase absorption by as much as 50%. But absorption is not the end of the trip. After entering your bloodstream, vitamin D must be converted by your kidneys and liver into the potent hormone form known as carcitriol. And vitamin D needs to attach to specific receptors in order to carry out its numerous functions throughout the body. Deficits in magnesium, some genetic variants, and diseases such as leaky gut syndrome can all affect the metabolism and receptor function of vitamin D. Fortunately, there are actions you can do to maximize your use of vitamin D at every stage. These actions include taking your supplement with a substantial meal that includes healthy fats, obtaining adequate magnesium, and maintaining a healthy gut with probiotic foods and supplements. Before we move on to the next fact, if you have enjoyed our video this far, subscribe now and hit the notification bell to get updates about health and wellness. And now for the big one, what is the optimal level of vitamin D that you should strive for? Although the criterion for clinical deficit is 20 nanograms per milliliter, this is far from ideal. According to studies, bone health requires at least 30 to 40 nanograms per milliliter. However, some specialists contend that the actual sweet spot for illness prevention is between 50 to 80 nanograms per milliliter. Indeed, studies indicate that concentrations between 50 and 80 nanograms per milliliter are linked to decreased incidence of diabetes, heart disease, autoimmune disorders, and even breast cancer. Aiming for a level between 50 and 80 nanograms per milliliter of vitamin D is therefore a wise choice if you want to fully benefit from it. Just remember that sometimes little is more. It's critical to check your levels with blood testing and collaborate with a healthcare expert because extremely high amounts can be hazardous. Now, let me answer the video's major question. Deficiency is the main risk of vitamin D that you need to be mindful of. You can see that there is no way to emphasize the dangers of low vitamin D levels. As we've already discussed, deficiencies can result in autoimmune diseases, neurological illnesses, mental health difficulties, chronic inflammation, decreased immunity, higher risk of cancer, and problems with bones. However, the risks don't end there. The world's largest cause of death, cardiovascular disease, is closely associated with low vitamin D levels. A significant risk factor for type 1 and type 2 diabetes is a deficit in vitamin D. Surprisingly, low vitamin D levels may substantially raise your chance of dying from any reason. What then should we learn from all of this? Every element of health depends critically on vitamin D, and a lack of it possesses a serious risk for several of the most prevalent and fatal illnesses in the modern world. Here is when the empowerment comes in. You possess the ability to enhance your vitamin D intake and safeguard your well-being. Get tested for your levels first. The most potent form of vitamin D3 is your level is less than 50 nanograms per milliliter. A daily dosage of 2000 IU or more if your levels are extremely low is advised by experts. Just keep in mind that for best absorption, take it after a meal that contains fat. Ensure that you're getting adequate magnesium from supplements or meals like leafy greens, almonds, and seeds. And remember the importance of intestinal health. A daily probiotic supplement and fermented foods can be quite beneficial. Lastly, try to get as much sensible sun exposure as you can, depending on your skin tone. Even 10 to 30 minutes a day can have a significant impact. Additionally, make sure to wear clothing or apply natural sunscreen to protect your skin if you do spend a lot of time in the sun. The main point is that vitamin D is important and should not be disregarded. It is an essential nutrient that impacts all bodily systems. Moreover, deficiencies have detrimental effects. However, by making small adjustments to improve your levels, you can reach a higher state of vigor and health. Don't delay. Make taking vitamin D a priority right now. Test your level of proficiency. Make the decision to safeguard your health from the inside out by beginning to take supplements. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let us know in the comments down below. Are you aware of the surprising health risks linked to low vitamin D levels? You might also want to check out the other videos in our YouTube channel. Just click or tap the videos below here. Thank you for watching.